it's a new year. For those of you that may be watching this channel for the first time, welcome. My name is Ebony and I make a variety of content. I'm also an aesthetic student, so you also get to see some of their journey as well. And today I'm just here to talk about a lesson that I have learned. It's just how everything literally goes back to your childhood. Before I get into talking about the lesson I have learned, I want to just say, don't forget to leave me a comment below, especially if you hear something in the video that you want to chop it up about. Leave me a comment below and subscribe and share with a friend. And I've spent time over the last, I would say, year and a half or so, just basically sitting down and getting in touch with the things that I used to care about when I was younger. For instance, when I was a kid, I used to really love computers. I used to always want to blog. It used to be this thing called, I don't know if y'all remember, it was called like My Blog Spot or something. And I used to always want one, but my parents wouldn't let me have one, unfortunately, which I don't know why, because I was on like MySpace and stuff like that. But yeah, and I used to always want that because I always wanted to do me a little blog, and I always liked cameras and stuff. Like my dad would go buy me digital cameras and I would just be taking pictures and, you know, doing stuff like that. And I guess, I don't know, it's kind of weird to me because now I blog. Now I have a whole blog, an entire website that I designed, and I do YouTube. And it's kind of like life comes in full circle because when I was a kid, you know, I was into those same things, and it's like now I'm doing those same things again, and I have joy in those things. Like, y'all know, if you've been watching my channel from the beginning, I started out, when I moved to Texas, I was in the medical field, and I just knew I was going to come here. I had wrote down in my little thing that I wanted to come get me 2 jobs. I don't know what I was thinking. Talk about some 2 jobs. I had that written down, and I was going to go back and take my nursing test and just go into that. And it's just like, that's not what happened. Like, I ended up doing something completely different, and it all turned out okay. But I feel like I still had to make that leap just to move to Texas, you know, and just get it kicked off, I would say. And then once I got here, I kind of like find my way back to me. Like, I don't want to say, well, you might as well say the childhood, like the me, the true me, the Ebony that I really wanted to be. Like with the medical field, I really truly enjoy being in the medical field. I enjoy like caring for people. I enjoy the patients, even the crazy patients. Like, I enjoyed it all. But I guess the medical field is not really where I wanted to be. It's like I wanted to care for people, but in a different way. And I feel like that's a part of the reason why I ended up going back for aesthetics, because instead of patient, now I just have clients, but I'm still like helping care for them and helping them, you know, care for themselves through skin and through self-care and stuff like that. And the thing I realized with the medical field is that I was doing it because, for one, you know, my parents wanted me to go to school, get a degree, and, you know, do that. And I wanted to make them happy. And also, I feel like that was just the thing to do. Like, women in my family are in healthcare. I was actually good at it. Like, I had what do you call it? They're natural, like with the patients and with the job. Like, everything just came to me easily. But I don't know, I just being there, being in, you know, at all the different places I worked, it was just not fulfilling to me. Like, I didn't feel fulfilled. Like, I felt like I was living out, you know, society's dream or my parents' dream. Not coming in my parents in any way, because your parents just want the best for you, you know. And through life, if you you know, do what you're supposed to do, learn, unlearn, you'll eventually end up on the path that you want to be on. So I know my mom be watching my YouTube videos. I'm not throwing shots at y'all. Don't text my phone coming for me. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I was basically just doing what I thought everybody around me would be proud of. So moving to Texas helped me tap into what I really wanted to do and what would make me proud. I want to read some quotes from y'all and kind of like bounce off of those quotes as well, because I saw them and they like resonated with me, and I was like, wow, that is it. So the first one, it says, people who have multiple creative passions are so inspiring. The idea of having multiple outlets for yourself is so beautiful. And I agree with that. Like, it is, like, again, I feel like society makes it to where, well, everybody, for one, is always focused on, majority of everyone is just focused on survival, you know, going to work, getting paid so you can pay these bills, so you don't really have time to just sit and, you know, do things you really enjoy, or pick up a hobby and stuff, because you're so focused on survival. You don't have to just do one thing in life. You can pick up hobbies. You can have different hobbies outside of your regular job, or outside of your, like, you know, just regular every day to day living. And so my boyfriend was telling me about something that happened, and he was like, he was saying something about, what were you saying something about?
I was just talking about, I think, traveling or something.
Was it screen printing?
Screen print.
Yeah, he was basically saying something about screen printing, and the person was like, "Oh, I thought you was a skater." And when he told me this, I'm just like, first of all, what does him skating have to do with anything? Like, skating is a hobby. Like, he's not making money from skating. It's just something that he like do in his free time. And I feel like the reason people think like that is because they get so used to just everybody just doing one thing. Like, everybody just going work home, you know, just the same old thing. So when you come across people that like have multiple hobbies and multiple talents, you kind of look at them as being all over the place, when it's just like, no, they have multiple hobbies. Like, just because I like to skate don't mean I can't do this, or just because I like to plant plants don't mean I can't do this, or just because I'm a blogger don't mean I can't do YouTube. Like, it does not matter. It's so, like, people with like multiple talents out there, and it's like, I feel like it's weird to think that a person only supposed to do just one thing in life. I feel like life is about just doing whatever you find fun, or doing whatever you want to do. Is your life. You are here in this physical whatever once. Like, you get one life. I just feel like you should spend the time here just doing everything you want to do. Like, if you want to try fucking, I don't know, like, just try it. Like, you don't have to stick to one thing. And that's so wild to me that so many people will look at people with like multiple passions or multiple hobbies or just different talents and think, oh, they doing this and they doing this. They all over the place. They don't know what they want to do. And it's like, yes, they know exactly what they want to do, and they doing everything that they want to do. They're living their life the way they want to live their life. They're having fun. You know, they're enjoying their time here, and they're not stuck in that hamster wheel of life. Like, they just going out and just being themselves, like, and doing everything that, you know, brings them peace or bring their soul joy. And another thing that I feel like helped me get back in touch with like the things I'm passionate about, or just like going back to my childhood, was having parents that allowed me to, you know, just be who I wanted to be. I had young parents, first of all. Like, my parents had me, I think my mom was 17, my dad was 18. I don't know. They were young. So as they were growing, I was growing as well. So once I got older, they never like forced anything on me. I was basically, and then my dad, he's also what you call a free thinker. So they kind of allowed me to just have my own opinion, for one. I didn't have anything forced on me, no beliefs, no none of this, no none of that. And that kind of helped. It kind of helped me now be able to like tap into myself without that fear, or without, you need to do this, or you doing this wrong, this not the way you're supposed to do this, or that ain't the way you're supposed to live your life, and stuff like that. Like, I don't have that fear. I don't have that self-judgment. Quote I read from a book, it basically was talking about how you know, the whole childhood thing and tapping back into everything. And one quote that stuck with me was freedom with wisdom instead of innocence. So it's like, when you become an adult, that same freedom, to me, this is how I took it. When you become an adult, that same freedom that you had as a child, when you was like 100% yourself, and when you tap back into that as an adult, you now have that exact same freedom, but instead of the innocence of being a child, you now have it with wisdom. So you know that just because, to me, like, now I know I can do all of this. I can do everything that I'm interested in. I can, and still be okay. Like, it doesn't mean I'm off track. It doesn't mean I'm not taking life serious. Like, it doesn't mean any of that. It just means that I'm living my life the way I want to, with more wisdom than I have had as a child. Just living life free with that same freedom, just with wisdom now. Like with our parents, a lot of times they tap back into it as well. Like watch your pay attention to your parents when they like really, really happy, or when they like doing something, a project or something, and watch how they laugh and they face just light up with so much youthfulness. And I saw this in my grandmother a lot. I miss her so much because like she was growing older, but she, even my great grandma as well, they were both growing older, but they were still full of so much youthfulness, and on the end, like they soul felt young to me, if that makes sense. Like they were grown women, don't get me wrong, but they laughter, and when they were happy, and when they was doing something that they truly enjoy, it felt like the child in them. Like it was like my grandma, but it was like her inner child just busting through, if that makes sense. My family, this past spring, they started a garden. You know, and my dad is out back. He's really creative. If you follow me on social media, y'all will see some of the stuff he do when he get bored. He's very creative. And watching him do that type of stuff, or watching them when we be at home and everybody just be like together laughing and, you know, joking around. It's like seeing them, but seeing like the younger them, seeing like, you know, them when they just in a happy space. I don't know, like outside of them working, outside of them being a provider, outside of them being protectors, just seeing them in a moment to where they just full of so much happiness and joy, and I don't know, it gives you a feeling that you can't explain. And the very last thing I read before the year of 2021 in it said, I decided I'm not settling for one career, too much talent, too many interests, too much passion, and way too many outlets to just do one thing for the rest of my life. And y'all, that sums up basically this whole video perfectly. And I'm going to continue to challenge myself and the people around me, and also challenge you guys to just do what you want to do. Pick up your hobbies, get back into those hobbies, get back in touch with yourself, get back into the things that you really want to do. No matter if you got kids, no matter if you're in college, like still just make time at least one day out of the week, or 30 minutes out of the week, to just do a hobby or do something that you really, really want to do, but life kind of made you like lose touch with it because you were so focused on getting to this or getting to that, or just basically survival. I just challenge all of us to just keep tapping into that part of us, or those parts of us, because for some of us, we have many different outlets. I'll go ahead and end the video here because I don't know how long I've been talking, but I think I've been talking for a long while. I just want to end it by saying thank you to everybody who watched my channel in the year of 2021, my first year on YouTube. It went really well, and I'm excited to see, you know, my YouTube journey and where it goes. And I also want to just, again, challenge everyone to just get back to you. Tap into what you really want to do. I've probably said this before in my past video, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's our life, you know, and it's important for us to live it the way we want to live it and do everything we want to do. And don't listen to people and all the negative Nancy's out there that think that you're supposed to be just one way. No, be yourself. Doing whatever you want to do and tapping into the things, all the things you want to do, that's being yourself. That's being the authentic version of yourself. So, yeah, don't forget to like, leave me a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. And I hope everyone had a great New Year's. I hope everyone was safe during New Year's, because y'all know Rona girl, she's out there. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see y'all next video.